points.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the three-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
It's early, but you can already make a case for Curry as one of the best shooters of all time. Really, it's a combination of his ability to hit shots, but also his ability to create his own shot. Very rare to have both those abilities.
Thompson with the bucket.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Let's take a look now at some of the teams that have been blocking shots by the truckload since the All-Star break. In third, the Warriors.
Kevin, they've had a terrific inside game since the halfway point of the season, especially in terms of defense because they've protected the paint and everybody's been on the same page.
And Andre Iguodala with the slam.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Thompson. A different look now for Portland.
Here's a look at some stats for Steph Curry. In the back half of the season, he's been nothing short of marvelous. He's getting around 24 points a game, 7 assists, 3 rebounds. They've been able to count on him to run the show offensively, which he's done with his sensational passing.
Yeah, he's been setting them up with a lot of easy baskets, room service dimes. We call them one great look after another coming off of his passing.
And the Warriors making a change here. Green's checked in. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Kaman. Batum comes in for Jarrell Wright. Wesley Matthews checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And Lillard subbed in for McCollum. Livingston, that's good.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
You know, the more these three-pointers continue to drop, the more you can sense the frustration coming from this defense.
No question. No matter what they've thrown at them, they've not been able to take that shot away.
Curry wide open. Bogut the pass to Livingston. On its way from Curry for 2. It's rebounded by Aldridge. Aldridge has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Nobody near Lillard. And another 3 for Portland.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
And you talk about huge single-game scoring performances like we're watching here tonight. Going back, only one player, think of this, only one player in NBA history to go triple digits. And that's the Big Dipper, Wilt Chamberlain, on March 2nd, 1962.
Yeah, 100 points. I mean, one of those records that stood a long time, and perhaps no player has so single-handedly dominated the game the way Wilt did. That's now a 12 straight points coming off wide-open three-pointers.
You know what it looks like to me out there, guys? I mean, it looks like All-Star Weekend out there. We know how much defense is played there. It's actually offense during the All-Star Weekend, no D.
No good from outside. Looking at Portland, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Grizzlies of Memphis.
Yeah, they were really in a funk from the field, guys. Credit the defense, definitely, but you know, even when they got open looks, they were not hitting.
Hey, Steve, me and you flub up words and misstate things on occasion. So do these players have bad nights. It happens.
And he knocks down a 3 of his own.
And even if he didn't, he just made it personal coming right back with a 3 of his own there.
Well, as you know, there are polls for just about everything in sports. Last year, Steph Curry was actually voted as the most trustworthy player in the league.
You talked about trust in Steph Curry. It seemed he was able to trust his ankles a bit more last year.
Yeah, that has been a big concern. Repeated ankle sprains. Part of the reason the Warriors were able to sign him to such a bargain extension. But when healthy, clearly an all-star and all-league player.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. bounce, and a good call by the official.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
You know, last game he turned in a really nice performance at the charity stripe.
Yeah, it really stands out when you look back at the numbers from that one.
You know, even in games where he hasn't been at his best this season, I mean, he still managed to get it done at the charity stripe when he gets his opportunities.
Thompson, he's checked in for the Warriors. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Chris Kamen's checked in for Aldridge. Wright comes in for Nicholas Batum. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And McCollum subbed in for Lillard. Now a timeout called by Portland. For the Trailblazers. There's 18 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Warriors with the rebound.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
The shot by Curry, no good.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. It's the Trailblazers. They lead by 14. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Warriors trail by 14. Iguodala and Green are the forward pair. Steph Curry's out there with Thompson. And it's Bogut in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Lillard from outside. The putback. And finished off by Wright.
That's how to make your mark on the board, with an emphatic finish.
Oh, Clark, he was savage on that second opportunity.
Yeah, those are the types of possessions that are really demoralizing for a defense, guys.
Lillard outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And Thompson kicks to Iguodala. Back to Thompson. It's deflected. The shot by Lillard, wide open. And it's off from three-point range. And he lobs it up toward the rim. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
Boy, defensively, they've played with a high energy level, guys, and all the steals we've seen, really a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
Leonard dishes to Lillard. A second chance effort. Connects from three-point range.
When you're hot, you're hot. This is unbelievable.
The drive by Green. It's rebounded by Leonard.
And the rebounding numbers don't actually tell the whole story. I mean, they're barely ahead in that category, but when they've needed them, they've gotten them. They've really battled hard.
It's their work on the glass, Steve, that's prevented any kind of momentum swing.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Kept alive. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. And that'll be his third foul so far.
Well, it's really hard to find a more pure, accurate shooting stroke than Klay Thompson's. I mean, every season over 40% from distance, but he's working to diversify his offensive game. You know, he's posting up and using his ball handling skills to get inside some.
And that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. And the Warriors making a change here. Barnes is checked in. Damian Lillard's checked in for Portland. Up top, Curry. He's covered by Matthews. Curry passes to Thompson. And the Warriors miss again.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he is not helping their offense.
And Lillard gets double-teamed. And Batum kicks to Lillard. Buried from 15 feet out. Lillard's got 7 points here in this quarter.
His work at the offensive end has been phenomenal. Maybe reason number one, they're ahead.
Portland leading by 20. Lopez dishes to Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
His switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Iguodala with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. It's Curry outside. But they'll get another chance. Barnes.
Boy, where was the box out? Too easy on that second chance opportunity.
Yeah, no box out is what happened there. Those kind of mistakes on the glass will kill a team.
It's tipped. Golden State's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Portland's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Lillard misses. Warriors trail by 19.
And this is what they wanted, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. And I think it can be considered a statement win for Portland.
Tonight, they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That certainly was their main meal, their bread and butter, if you will.
And for the year now, they'll have 52 wins under their belt.
And they can breathe a sigh of relief now that they're on their way to a win here and have avoided losing all 4 games of the season series.
Would have been a hard pill to swallow if they hadn't pulled it out, that's for sure.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Lillard. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket just seems to be incredibly wide.
Stephen Curry.
Aldridge can do so many things on a basketball floor. It shouldn't really come as a surprise when he switches his style up. Last year, I thought he played a lot more with his back to the basket.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
The try by Iguodala. And blocked by Lopez. For Portland, they've gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. And to add what you said about Aldridge, the years before his last season, he tended to face up to the basket and Clark shoot over people, which was fine as he was so gifted at it.
But I think with the change to the Blazers' offensive schemes and just the way the team wanted to approach the season, they needed more of a back-to-the-basket guy, and Aldridge was as dominant as ever stepping into that role, in addition to still being able to knock down that face-up jumper. Great idea to pull up and take the transition 3 there. The D was in position to block his path to the hoop if he took it inside.